Hello there, friend. Welcome to Start Early today. Hope you're doing well wherever you may be. Hope your plans are going smooth. Hope your projects are all intact and clear in your head. Hope your interpersonal relationships are heartwarming and harmonious. Hope your household is spick and span. Hope your office is nicely organized. Your desk clear and freshly wiped with some organic spray, or maybe eucalyptus or something. Do you have a diffuser? That helps a lot too. Do you have an air purifier? That helps a lot too. Okay, what's been going on in your world? What have you been consuming mentally? What have you been entertaining in your head? What have you been welcoming in your domain of influence? Okay. Are you being a good security guard of your mind? Because thoughts are always there, and they are neither good nor bad. It is when we let them enter our heads, and if we mangle around it and entertain them, this is when good and evil starts. Okay? So Shakespeare said, neither is good nor bad, thinking makes it so. So hope you're being skillful in your centeredness and your creation of spaciousness. Let's start with an affirmation or an incantation or a prayer if you're open to it. I'm shielded from any influence that is not of the life force. I invite assistance and guidance only from entities and whose wisdom and experience is greater than my own. Nothing negative or dangerous can approach me in this experience. So be it. I am light. Okay? So, at the start of your day, affirm this light, affirm your bigness, affirm your spaciousness and awareness. That you are one with all things. You are one with all your experiences. And what makes it good nor bad is only your approach to it and the way you see it. That things change if the way you see them change. And everything's just a thought. That's the theme of the newsletter today. There's a picture there that says, it's just a thought. Make this a phrase that's easily accessible in your head, in your mental mindfulness toolbox. Okay? It's just a thought. Anytime you feel unease or irritation or botherness, anytime you get bothered, quickly quickly recite that word, whisper those words in your head. It's just a thought. Everything's just a thought, and thoughts can be changed by the way we think of them. You do not need to believe everything you think. You do not need to engage in every thought. So thoughts are just there, just like the train and the cars and the clouds and the trees. Okay, if you pay attention and entertain and try to fix and solve and put all of your questions upon it, it's gonna definitely give you anxiety and panic, because everything is solved right where you are. All of your problems are solved right where you are sitting, because you are you and you are complete. You are already complete. The moment you cut out all the expectations from externals, the moment you stand your ground and assert yourself and really know what you're about, all is well. All is just happening in its own accord, and you are a part of it. So own your journey. Own where you are. Have some confidence to articulate where you are. Write it down. And to really gain clarity and specificity in your purpose. What is your great purpose? What is your short-term purpose? Long-term purpose? And you can write it down, like fill up a page. Your why. What are you? Who are you? And in this moment of silence, this is where you design who you are. This is where you design your day. This is how you design your life, by designing each hour of the day. So in moments of silence, you practice the 3 A's. This is one thing I came across in a Substack that I follow. These are the 3 A's that you need to remember. First A is awareness. Okay? Become aware that you are a divine spark or a soul that is embodied in a human being. Okay, that you are not just your persona. Become aware of the what life really is. Become aware of who you were before you were born. Become aware of your soul and your spirit. You can do this by being in touch with your feelings and watching your feelings. Everything that makes you feel loved, or have the urgency to love, or have the inkling to love, that is the bigger part of you. Okay? Every time you feel courageous, curious, that is your self-awareness. The next A is acknowledge. So acknowledge the things, acknowledge where you are in your journey, acknowledge the things that nudge you in the direction of where you want to go. Acknowledge your greater purpose, acknowledge the higher order and your part in it. What is it? Joseph Nguyen's podcast title is Questions Are the Answers. So utilize questions, because it's a never-ending inquiry. Okay? And as you ask, there's beauty in that. So ask yourself, like, really pressing questions. Maybe you're trying to run away from these questions because they bring you discomfort. Just try to ask these hard questions. They only seem hard at first because you have not tried, because of habit of comfort. But try to ask the deep questions that will maybe prompt you to become more courageous. Okay? So acknowledgement. First is awareness, and then next is acknowledge. Where are you in your life? Are you really fulfilling your life's purpose? Do you feel alive? Okay, these are really important questions. Where do you most feel alive? Okay, one good technique is to really find solitude first. Cut out all external disturbances or external input. Create distance from the chatter of your head. Cut out all opinions. Opinions, they are not really helpful unless you're a specialist or a commentator of a sports game or something. But opinions do not have power in and of themselves. Actually, they create disparity, and they create separation from you and the whole. Drop in, take a deep breath in, and imagine the oneness of all things. That you are a part of this one big cell of humanity. And once you know this, once you are aware, and once you acknowledge the important things that is needed to be lighted upon, or shine a light upon the important things that you need to pay attention to, Maybe it's in your relationship. Maybe it's in your financial situation. Maybe it's in your talents. Maybe you're not deploying or expressing your talent, or you're not trying enough things. Because if you try enough things, you're gonna stumble upon things that will lead you to more doors, more opportunities. Okay? Maybe it is in your physicality, because if you work your body, godliness will become more fluid in you. You will become a more fluid channel of the divine. If the mind is clear, if you're not always craving for comfort, running away from responsibilities, and numbing yourself with cheap dopamine, such as short-term media entertainment and sugary foods and alcohol. Those are cheap thrills. Take a deep breath in and replace it with something more of depth, with something that is deeper. I replaced drinking alcohol with something deeper, such as seeking for truth. And you watch that urge. You can log in your urges and make that change in that snap decision of the hand reaching for the unhealthy food or an unhealthy drink. That is a split second of where you can decide to, I'm gonna reach for something better. Maybe I'll reach for some weights, or decide to take a walk instead, or reach for the pen instead and write something down, or I'll reach for something to clean instead of numbing myself and running away from what is needed to be done. That is more important. So the third A is agency. So as we have discussed, knowing the acknowledgement and the awareness, this is where agency comes, where you become an active participant and you really take responsibility of knowing where you are, taking responsibility, taking charge, being accountable, and not being a dependent. Okay? I think as soon as we can stand up and move our hands and we can read, we can start our own independence, because you can already form what really calls you deep within your heart through the books you read, or through the what you see outside the world. Like, you have the power to be pulled by what inspires you. It doesn't matter what what the people around you tell you. Okay, if you're pulled to become a gymnast, train. Okay, if you're pulled to become a runner, run. And as you do those things, Spirit will whisper the next steps. But the first thing is to take the clearest step ahead of you. We're just all walking in the fog here. And as co-humans, we're just walking each other home. But while we're here, there's always an immediate duty that needs to be fulfilled. And switching your I got to I get to is a really good tool. Okay? You get to build who you are. You get to build and create what is best for you, and you get to extend your limitations. Okay? And it's all in your head. Cultivate your attitude. Make the attitude light, clear, easy, and energetic. Because all those burdens are all just in your head. It has been said so many times that my life has been full of tragedies, and some of them happened, or none of which happened. What does that mean? You already created tragedies in your head even before they're real. And remember that We do not live in the world, we live in our mental world. So create paradise on earth. And if you see content by Conor McGregor, he is like, I am already the champion. Well, as he trains. This is the basic principle of the Bible too. Act as if things that aren't as though they were, and the unseen will become seen. So start your day with those things. Live in the fourth dimension. Things will stay the same if you react as you are expected. So if you live today as if you lived yesterday, nothing will change, okay? But if you try something new, shake things up, muster up the courage to learn, every new day will be new and you will be rebirthed. Each day, what a gift, right? To live each day as if it was new. So spend more time observing, listening, and do not react. Because if you react, you're jumping into the program and you tend to repeat what's comfortable, and that is a blockage for learning, and your optimal growth will be stunted. You are a whole bunch of potential, but a whole potential is nothing if it's not ignited and pushed. And let's see where it goes. Okay, so mix it up, stir it up. Know your limit. Try 1,000 push-ups. I did 300 yesterday, and I tried like certain types of pull-ups yesterday, and it can be done outside the gym schedule. It can be done on a scaffolding or on a stoplight. You're standing on your workout station, like all you need is a floor, and bang out 100, okay? And know that all of your suffering is caused by your reaction to difficulties. There's nothing really difficult. All is just a perception or an anticipation. How's your coffee, by the way? What have you been drinking? My brand today is Cafe Bustelo. I think it's finely ground, and it is made for the French, for espresso machines. It's really fine ground, and I have a French press, so it's really hard to press down, but I was able to manage. Another thing is, as the water boils, bang out some push-ups. Push-ups are good for your arms, your core, your chest, and just your overall discipline, just to prove to yourself you can finish a thing. Finish 100, finish a yoga sequence, because without a proper framework or structure, you are tempted to be distracted. You are bound to be distracted. So take 2 minutes of silence, sneak it in. Sneak in 2 minutes of complete silence, stay centered, take a deep breath, turn within, and establish balance and power. Okay, another quote that inspired me today is, slow and smooth is fast. So this reminds me of the way you do things. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So don't rush things. Don't be in a hurry. Do things in a mindful way. And if you do something properly, it tends to become fast, because you won't repeat it. You won't do it again. Okay? So act in inspired movement. Okay? Avoid multitasking. But you can do multi-acting. Okay? Like if the other one does not require cognitive function and the other one is plainly physical, like tidying up and listening to an audiobook. I think I do not consider that as multitasking. I consider it multifunctioning, because I get to do two things at once. But feel free, whatever works for you. So slow and smooth. Make everything slow, smooth, and mindful. And it will become really efficient and fast. I posted it on my Instagram, like the whole meaning. It's a military term, or I think it's also used by professional rowers. Like, it's their philosophy. Like, there's a certain way of approaching the paddle to the water. It's slow at first, and then if you do things properly, if you row properly, the boat will be fast. Okay. So these things are reminders for us today. Show up with courage, with the 3 A's that we have learned, with the acknowledgement and awareness. You judge less. Okay? Make it a commitment that today you'll judge nothing that occurs. Don't judge. Anything you judge goes back to you tenfold. Okay? Switch your judging to praising. Praise the majesty of life and the miracle of life. Praise the miracle of your brain that you can paint a picture of your ideal. This reminds me of my listener Isabella. She loves the beach, and she loves pina colada and serving up the drinks and closing up shop, serving the people, making them happy. And take stock, how are you growing? How you are growing, okay? Are you growing mentally? How's your creative output? You get to see like where you are with metrics that you choose to look at. If you choose to look at monetary metrics, you can measure that. Look at your money. Look at your monetary wellness. And there's Ramith Sethi. He can tell you to become comfortable with your financials, and it'll gain you clarity if you really look where you are. And because the mind tends to overestimate, and it tends to create things that aren't necessarily there. So if you look at a thing and face a fear, and its intensity dissipates. So face your fear and see how you're growing, see where you are, and plan. And plan your quest. Have a quest that matters. Make your day worth your while. Because if you're not in touch with your greater purpose, you'll be dragged by things around you. You'll be dragged by responsibilities that you did not plan. So plan your quest, plan your mission. Lead yourself towards it and coach yourself towards the life of your ideal. It can start with an activity, like plan an activity for the day that no one can stop you. It can be anything. It can be as small as tidying up your garage and tidying up your car. But that activity might be small, but you own that. It is you. It is yours. And as you do those activities, become mindful of a whisper of the Spirit. And be open to change. And create space. Okay? Make time for emptiness, because an empty mind is eternity. Okay? Anything that brings you out of the present moment causes you stress. because you try to anticipate what's gonna come next, or you try to change the past. So get out of there, be here now, and know that all is well. Today is just today, and people underestimate what they can do in a day, and they overestimate what they can do in 3 years. People underestimate what they can do in 3 years, and people overestimate what they can do for the day. So take it easy, okay? Just finish a priority, and do not be too hard on yourself. What else is good with you? Okay? The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Okay? So avoid regret by doing it now. A year from today, you would have wished you started today. A year from today, okay? Imagine 1 year from today. You would have said you should have started right now. Isn't that a magical power that the mind can think of these things? So choose to think of the things that can empower your future self. Okay? Another author that I really like is Benjamin Hardy. He's the author of Your Future Self. Become your future self now. So, with a couple of virtues in hand, like dedication and commitment, and creativity. Because first it's creativity, because you sit here, you create who you're gonna be a year from now, and this is where most people trip. Doing the day-to-day towards that year. Doing the day-to-day of writing. Doing the day-to-day of exercise. So, embody discipline. And embody repetition. And embody creativity once again, because it's up to you how you're gonna create those exercises. Make it fun. In your writing, make it fun. In my cooking, I try to change things up in the kitchen. I've been doing a lot of rice meals and Filipino-inspired dishes, and I think I'm gonna change it up to raw salads this time around. I'm inspired to do a Southwest quinoa salad with quinoa's not raw, but with shaved fennel and dill. So just some herbs and some lemon and olive oil and salt, going back to the basics. So there's a lot of fun there cooking, and I've been into pull-ups, and I've been sneaking in some push-ups in my Ashtanga practice, because the Ashtanga practice has lots of chaturangas. If you're a practitioner, there are lots of lift up, jump back chaturanga, and before I do the upward dog, I sneak in a 20 push-ups. And there's a lot of really badass guys who does pull-up variations. And take a look into the human flag too. Like, how is that even possible? I first saw the human flag in, what's this Ben Stiller movie? Zoolander. And there's a clip there wherein this one guy did a human flag. So I bet that's good for the obliques and the arms and overall physical kinesthetic intelligence. Every action you take is a vote to the kind of person you wish to become. This is from Atomic Habits. Every action you take is a vote to the kind of person you wish to become. Yeah, as we said earlier, every action you take, and this is moment to moment. What are you engaged in? Are you engaged in deep work for 30 minutes of reading? 30 minutes of figuring out what your next steps are? Or are you engaged in those steps right now? Or are you drifting, looking for the next comfort? Okay? Even a garden needs tending. Even your front yard needs trimming of the lawn. So if you just acceptance is not passivity. Okay, you can cultivate power in acceptance, in accepting responsibility. Okay, first with your body, make your body strong and make your surroundings nice. If you do all the protocols like flossing and cleaning and doing your mental exercises, physical exercises, life will become light, easy, and heavenly for you, my friend. Okay? If you start to become nice to yourself, if you stop judging, if you start to become more loving and accepting and more connected, everything is ease. If you're open to the unknown, if you're open to the uncontrollables, what you can control is drop down and do a 20, okay? You can control that. What you cannot control is it will, there's a thunderstorm and, it's common sense. How other people behave, that's out of your control. So take all of your actions is a vote on who you want to become. So become honorable, become disciplined, become self-aware. Okay? Acknowledge your divinity. This is your right. Okay? Educate yourself. Become who you desire to be. Okay? Give up your addiction to thinking. Give up your addiction to comfort. Give up the addiction of dependence. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Try to think and act and make mistakes and get hurt. Okay? Because you'll fail in the right direction. So, if you question the mind, there's no suffering. Okay? So question the mind. Always ask, is this true? Is this necessary? Is this kind? Does this help anything? Does this help the world become a better place? Okay? Take a deep breath in before you speak and act. Give it a little moment of inquiry. Ask. Okay? I'm just browsing through my journal here, my notes, because I listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks, and if something gives me a hit, I call it a hit when I get goosebumps or something really resonates, I jot them down and I make it a habit to browse through these notes because, sometimes we think we know when we listen to it and we read it and we forget to embody it. Knowledge is only power when applied and practiced. Okay? So the ability of an average person can be doubled if the situation demanded it. Okay? So position yourself where the best version of yourself is demanded. Okay? This is also one of the things that you can control. Where you position yourself. Position yourself wherein you can succeed and where your talents are celebrated. Position yourself. And you can easily position yourself to the world through the internet, through social media. Everything's there. Go to communities, go to subreddits, go to hashtags, go to Facebook groups. Okay, you can start there if you are working on your anxiety with people. You can start connecting and find out who you can help and who you can serve. Okay? That is how you get rich, by making other people rich, okay? Provide value for others so they give you value back. And it is not taking and getting away with it like an easy scheme. The world runs on very precise, accurate law, and it has been written in so many books, like the universal laws, the law of compensation, the law of giving and receiving. Okay, so get out there and learn for yourself, like what law you resonate with, and how does the law of reciprocation apply to you. Like if you give this much effort, you gain this much gift. It's all about that. And you have hands, you have the internet, infinite knowledge, you have the AI assistant, my friend. Ask AI, ask Google, and make that first step. People have risen from nothing. Like people who could not read rose to the top. And if you're at the top, you have power to empower others as well. So, hope I inspire you to make use of today. I apply these things by sharing my insights on the internet through makepurethyheart.substack.com and startearlytoday.com, your daily dose of positivity and inspiration. And I think we tackled so much today, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good flowing, embodying, letting these phrases and insights flow through me, through my notes, through the brain, and through my vocal cords. When you create a choice, you create photons. You create the photons, okay? And know that everything is alive, my friend. Nothing is solid, nothing is stuck, everything is moving. So are you gonna move with life? Are you gonna move with your destiny? Because nature will push you. You cannot hide away from your responsibility. Nature will find a way to kick your butt and push you up. So approach it rather than avoid it. Approach anything and everything that scares you, which has been in the back of your head. Approach it, face it. Is it wrapped in an envelope? Open it up. Read it. Is it an appointment? Show up, pull your shoulders back, and you'll get to discover it ain't no thing but a vegan chicken wing, okay? When you make a choice, you create photons. So make that choice. Okay? The power is in you. It's in your choices. Do everything with a calm smile and a positive expectancy. I create in my mind a situation that creates power and security in the future. So reality unfolds as you think it, okay? Each moment that you think, it creates a bridge towards your future. So who are you gonna be? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna be? What will you give? Think about these things, okay? Jam it out. Play with the possibilities of your mind and what inspires you. Mix it up like an Italian wedding soup, as I say. Create the best salad. Maybe some gigante beans, some shaved fennel, and some dill. And blistered tomatoes. Finish it up with some lemons. Okay? So here's a 5-step plan for you. Number 1, get silent. Get clear. Find some quiet place. Achieve solitude there. Get clear. Forget about everybody. Forget about everybody. Focus on you. Number 2, center your attention to the breath. Make them deep and resonant. Step number 3, visualize. Visualize the life that you dream of. Number 4, pen and paper. Plan how you're gonna create it. Number 5, deploy. Isn't that easy? Isn't that clear? 5-step plan. There's nothing to it but to do it, my friend. So, first of all, cut yourself out from all distractions. Set anew, okay? Maybe it's like starting a new one. It's a new set of sketchpad and a canvas. Renew. Pick up where you left off. Maybe all of the database and all of your catalog of who you were. Deploy it to somewhere else. See how the reality reacts, okay? You contain multitudes. You arrived here containing all of your experiences, and that was a lot. That was a lot of learnings from preschool, middle school, grade school, what have you, doctorate. You have all of those experiences all rolled up into this present moment. Okay? And I also bought Chris Guillebeau's book. It's called not Pursuit of Happiness, that's Will Smith. The Happiness of Pursuit. Okay? If you're feeling stale, all your needs are met, design a quest. Maybe it's biking all across America. Something hard. Shake things up. This is where you'll meet the soul. When you're on a quest that is bigger than yourself, that is bigger than your comforts and your needs. Okay? So I think I have empowered you enough, okay? Create something. What have you been creating? Maybe give that a quick revamp, a quick remix. Ignite some old project, turn it into something new. Maybe you have an old content, repackage that into an NFT if possible, and see what it's like. Because today is limited. It's limited to what's 24 minus 8? 16 hours. You only have 16 hours of waking time, which is, oh my god, that's a lot. So allot 1 hour for your physical wellness, allot 1 hour for your mental wellness, allot 1 hour for your what's that? Physical, mental, spiritual. And you still got a whole lot of hours. If you're working a normal job, a structured job, that's you have 8 hours that sustains your needs. Okay, and just these are just hours. So if you deploy 1 hour, solid hour to that one activity that really connects to your soul, it might be as absurd as knitting. Well, it's not absurd. You might think it's absurd, but everything's just perception, my friend. But if it connects deep within you, I say go for it, okay? Persistence beats resistance, my friend. Okay, and what you resist persists. Okay, if you resist to take a closer look into your soul's yearnings, it will get louder and louder. You don't want it to get louder that you'll be faced with a situation wherein you have no choice. So make yourself a deliberate choice maker by being responsible. Show up for what's right rather than what is easy. Okay, my friend, this is 44 minutes. Okay, I think I'm gonna move on towards the day. Hope I delighted and enlightened some parts of your being that you've been hiding and have been shy on shedding a light on. Put some light on there, my friend, and clear up the cobwebs, and all is well. Namaste.